Hey, welcome to our YouTube channel. Today in this video we will talk about the top most friendly countries for black travelers in 2022. The travel industry was dealt an immeasurable blow in 2021, with planes grounded and travel posing a real threat to containing the coronavirus. Non-essential travel, even for those who travel frequently or full-time, became dangerous, irresponsible, and, in some places, impossible. But now, with vaccines starting to roll out in several countries, we are collectively beginning to entertain a return to normal, including a return to travel, in 2022. But for people in the black diaspora, what was normal before the outbreak isn't something we're excited, or willing, to return to. The pandemic exacerbated the symptoms of the inequities we already face in our day-to-day lives, and many full-scale revolutions erupted around the world. And I know, we all love Tulum, which became a black travel hotspot in 2020 and 2021 due to Mexico's rather lax restrictions surrounding travel to the nation during the pandemic. We can divest from travel companies that have remained silent on the Black Revolution and recognize that this signals their complicity in white supremacy. We can educate ourselves on the history and legacy of colonialism and how it affects black lives, and reject how white hegemony uses travel as a form of neocolonialism to this day. And maybe most importantly to this list, we can spend our travel dollars supporting black communities, and the communities of our allies, worldwide. While before we traveled for the what, the perfect beach, the perfect tour, the perfect food, it's time we start considering the why, and centering our travels around connecting with people from what we are told are disparate communities. It's time to ally ourselves with the folks who stand with us in solidarity and to find common ground from which we can continue to build. Number 1. Reykjavik, Iceland, a relatively tiny island nation crossing the Arctic Circle in the North Atlantic. Iceland needs no introduction when it comes to its spectacular fjords, epic volcanoes and glaciers, and inviting thermal hot springs. But despite its massive worldwide popularity for travelers, Iceland has a reputation for being extremely homogeneous, which can leave black travelers and transplants to the nation worried about how they might be received. Iceland is a great country that has quickly been growing in popularity. The country is not known for being the cheapest, but if you can find a good deal on flights and be creative with where you choose to sleep at night, then it might become a possibility. Iceland is known for having amazing scenery and also great outdoor activities. You should also be able to find a bunch of breweries and delicious food. And it could be helpful if you choose to do a solo trip there. Number 2, Portugal. When I think about Portugal, I think about amazing food and even more amazing scenery. While Portugal can sometimes be seen as a companion trip to Spain, it is a country that is more than able to stand on its own. Since Portugal is such a diverse country in its own right, it is definitely one of the best countries for black travelers. Like almost all European countries, there is an off-season for Portugal. If you go during the parts of the year where the crowds are not as big, then you can save a lot of money. I also suggest staying in hostels to save a few extra bucks. Number 3, Thailand. Thailand is one of the most popular travel destinations for people of color. There are so many black people that I see posting pictures of their spa days, beach trips, and visits to the World Heritage Sites. Like many Southeast Asian countries, Thailand is known for having friendly locals who are always willing to extend a hand to travelers who are visiting the country. In addition, the country is super cheap to stay in. Thailand is a place that you can find affordable lodging in almost any part of the country. If you stay out of restaurants and stick to local street food, then you will find that your dollar can stretch a long way. Number 4, Canada. Canada is known for being an accepting and progressive country. What few people know is that there are several parts of Canada that have a substantial minority population. Part of this is because of immigration. Canada has a much easier immigration policy than America, and several majority black countries have groups of people who are housed in Canada. In particular, There is a large Caribbean-Canadian population in Toronto. Toronto is an eclectic city with so many sights to offer to a traveler. The food is amazing and the art culture is strong. You may freeze to death in the wintertime, but it is worth the trip anyway. Number 5, Japan. Japan is on the list because of their historic love of black culture. You can go to many of the nightclubs in Tokyo and other major cities and find hip-hop music blaring from the speakers. In addition to the enjoyment of the culture, you can find amazing food and welcoming locals. As a person who has traveled internationally before, you cannot underestimate how important it is to have a group of locals who are willing to give recommendations and directions. Number 6, Scotland. Scotland has some of the best people around. They are known for their amazing personalities and wonderful senses of humor. They are the kind of people who will meet you in a bar, tell you their life story, buy you a beer, and then invite you over for dinner. This is definitely a country where black skin is appreciated and welcome. I can't say that you are going to find a bunch of hip-hop blaring, but you will find welcoming locals. You will find people who don't really care about your skin tone as long as you are kind and treating them with respect. So that's it for today. If you like the video, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to press the bell icon so you never miss an update from our side. Thank you.